morning and welcome to Virtual Path Day and this session on Rhode Island College transfer for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics students. I'm happy to introduce our guests who we have with us today. First is Lucy Saunders from Rhode Island College. Take it away, Lucy.
Great, thank you. I'm going to start. I'm an assistant director in the admissions office, so I'm going to go a little bit into kind of general information about Rhode Island College, give you a better idea of our college as a whole, and then we'll go into the nuts and bolts of advising and courses within the majors contained in this cluster. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And start off with just some general information about the college. We were the first higher education institution within the state of Rhode Island, opened in 1854 as a school of education. We've evolved since then to a liberal arts college composed of 5 schools and about 8,700 students. The 5 different schools are the School of Education, which contains all our bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degree programs. And you can see by this slide the vast range of degrees and areas of study that we offer within this school, from early childhood education right up to graduate programs if you want to be a principal or an administrator within the school system, specializations in English language learning, special education as well. A very popular school of nursing, which again contains bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degree programs for different licensures: RN, nurse practitioner, nurse anesthetist, and so on. A School of Social Work, which is a nationally accredited school, bachelor's and master's degrees contained within this school in the social work field. A School of Business, which contains majors such as accounting, management, marketing, healthcare administration, finance as well. And then our Faculty of Arts and Sciences, which contains probably the bulk of majors within the STEM field. Excellent record of graduate and medical school acceptances. We also have our fine and performing arts contained within this school, and a good number of undergraduate research opportunities for students as well, which I'll go into a little bit later. What's new at RIC? I kind of wanted to give you a little glimpse of campus. So in the top left, we have our main arts and sciences buildings, Gage Hall, which is probably our primary arts and sciences facility. That was recently renovated within the past couple of years to contain more interactive classroom spaces, more free and open spaces for students to congregate for study groups or between classes. And really the main vein with these buildings that we've renovated is we've done it with input from the student population. So they've relayed feedback that they did want more open spaces on campus, more congregation spaces, and we definitely incorporated that in the renovations that we have done. Right next to Gage Hall is Craigley, which is the most recent renovation that has been completed. That's another arts and sciences based building. We also have a number of different offices on campus there, our Center for Research Creative Activity, and a number of different offices as well. Bottom left, it's going to be the School of Education, which is currently under construction. When that one is completed, it really will be a state-of-the-art facility for students looking to gain certifications in the field of education. And then top right are our 2 nursing facilities, one on campus and then one off. Our Rhode Island Nursing Education Center is a joint facility in downtown Providence that's shared between ourselves, University of Rhode Island, as well as Brown University as well. The medical school is right next door, and there's shuttle service back and forth between our campus and the nursing education facility. New and popular majors, and there's a number of different majors related to STEM fields. Health science fields are particularly popular on our campus just by virtue of our location, being close to the healthcare hub within the state in downtown Providence. We have some certification tracks in areas like medical imaging, nursing, and then also some non-certification tracks. So people who are looking to work within the healthcare industry, but not necessarily within a healthcare field. Our human services health science track. So if you're interested in healthcare informatics, consulting, research, human services might be a track for you, and as well as medical laboratory sciences. We do have a field called youth development within the School of Education, which is sort of an adaptable track. So if you're interested in education field, but not necessarily a certification area, teaching in a public school, this teaches you education, but with a forward-looking track of possibly teaching in things like after-school programs, youth programs, justice and probation programs, community programs. That will earn you a bachelor's degree as well as a certificate in nonprofit studies. And this tends to have a fairly strong experiential component where internship and field experiences are included in the program. Community and public health promotion, which is health education related to prevention initiatives and education on different healthcare issues. So there's a few different tracks. Public health promotion, you can tailor it to specific populations like the aging population and women's health issues. Wellness and exercise science, which is fairly new. We've seen an increased interest in students looking to gain certifications in exercise science fields like personal training, exercise physiology, strength and conditioning, sports medicine, and a lot of those certifications require a bachelor's degree in exercise science. So this would fulfill the education component for that. These programs also include a practicum or internship experience, which most of these certifications will require a certain number of hours to gain different certification levels, and those hours will go towards that requirement. And then some new majors we have within the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science. We have a bachelor's degree in data science, communication. We've recently added a concentration in journalism. And then with regard to minors, most of our majors can be converted into a minor that you add on to any major. We find that a lot of students have either interest in multiple areas or have a major in mind, but would like to tailor it a little bit more towards an ultimate career goal. So minors are a good way of doing that. And I've just highlighted a couple of our newer minors in behavioral neuroscience within the Department of Psychology and in queer studies within our gender and women's studies department. Environmental studies is another newer major, which takes an interdisciplinary approach to environmental science, combining science as well as humanities. And I put a couple of possible career tracks in there in the areas of sustainability, and then some that students may not have even thought of, things like agriculture, environmental journalism, parks and recreation, that sort of thing. A lot of students recently have had an interest in bachelor's to master's programs, so 5-year programs, and I've listed the ones that we have on our campus in justice studies, healthcare administration, math, mathematical studies, psychology, as well as English. One of the things that we do stress on campus is gaining experience prior to graduation, so sort of building a resume while you are an undergrad. And we do that in a number of different ways. It always starts first and foremost with our faculty. Faculty are an excellent resource for students in gaining not just knowledge about the courses contained in their program, but also experiential components. So connections with research available, research opportunities available with faculty mentors, internships and other experiential components. That all is done in conjunction with faculty as well as other offices on campus. But faculty are the primary contact for our students in that every student is paired with a faculty advisor that helps you throughout the process. You meet with them at least once a semester as part of the registration process, so they're involved in helping you select your classes. But even beyond that, as I said, with connections to various opportunities to kind of enhance and round out your education, either by helping you select additional courses that might be related to what you ultimately want to do with your degree, or other things like internships and research opportunities. We also have a number of different student exchange programs. We have study abroad, which is with countries outside of the continental North America. So I've listed some of the countries that students have done exchange programs with. And then we also have national student exchange, which is an exchange program within North America, so United States and Canada. A consortium of 200 different public colleges and universities. You can do a semester, you can do 2 semesters. You're still paying Rhode Island College tuition, which is an added bonus to that. You're still paying that low Rhode Island College tuition, but you can take a semester or 2 at another college within the United States and Canada. We went through internships. Many of our academic majors either require or strongly encourage or at least have available an internship or practical experience in the field, and that allows you to enhance your in the classroom learning with your outside the classroom learning. Career Development Center also plays very heavily in that, connecting students with jobs while they are an undergraduate student, internships, and even beyond as alumni. There's services available to students either through our online job board and then also other sort of sessions and services that they offer for students: resume review, mock interview preparation, career counseling if you're looking for a career path or trying to decide on a final major. They do help with those services as well. Academic opportunities for students. We do have a college honors program that is open to transfer students. Minimum requirements for that program is a 3.5 GPA. And there's two components to that honors program. First being the general education component. So depending on how many general education courses you have taken at CCRI, remaining courses may be able to be taken at an honors level at Rhode Island College. The kind of characteristics of those general education honors courses would be a smaller class size. Typically, an honors general education class would have between 12 and 15 students. And then also more roundtable discussion, which that smaller class size does allow for. The second component of that honors program is going to be departmental honors. So you work with a faculty member within your major on a senior project. You work with that on that during your final 2 years at the institution, and you're able to present your findings at a senior honor symposium and poster session. So that is something you can put on your resume. That's something that you can highlight if you're applying to graduate programs. And that's also special distinction at graduation time. It's something that shows up on your transcript that you graduated from an honors program. I know there are different things associated with honors: social and academic activities, honors conferences, extra research opportunities, and there are some scholarships available to students in our college honors program. We also have a presidential scholarship available to transfer students. The presidential scholarship is limited for transfers, but they are still available to students who are accepted for fall. And the priority deadline for that is going to be, this is actually the first year deadline. February 1st is going to be the deadline for transfer students. You would have to have an application in by February 1st for the fall 2021 semester at this point. And minimum GPA requirements for that, again, is a 3.5 or higher. And we do have a limited number of presidential scholarships available. There's also alumni awards available to the children and grandchildren of RIC alums. So if you are the son, daughter, grandchild of a proud RIC alum, you are eligible for some alumni awards available through our Office of Alumni. Another scholarship that I did want to highlight is our Transfer Scholar Award, which is a combination of academic and need-based. So Transfer Scholar Award minimum GPA requirement is a 3.25, but there's also a requirement of some sort of demonstrated financial need. So you would have to fill out the federal application for financial aid, the FAFSA, to be eligible for that Transfer Scholar Award. You will find that most of our financial aid is geared more towards need-based on our campus, but these are the academic awards that we do have available. If you are looking for financial aid, we do only require the FAFSA. So just submit that federal application for financial aid and make sure Rhode Island College is listed on the list of schools that receive that information. Now, application process. I did put first year here just to make the distinction between a first year applicant and a transfer applicant. The bar that we use is 24 credits earned in college, which is 2 full-time semesters. Once you have 24 credits, you're considered a transfer student. If you have fewer than 24 credits, we would ask to receive your first year, or rather your high school information as part of the application process. Once you hit that full year of college level experience, that's enough information for us to make the decision on your admission based on your college record. If you have fewer than 24 credits, not quite enough information for us to just make a decision based on your college record, we would ask for the high school information as well. The credit will still be transferable, but with fewer than 24 credits, we would ask that you submit your high school transcripts, a counselor, or we also accept a teacher recommendation. Different high schools have different kind of counselor setups depending on the course load of a school counselor. A teacher might have a better idea of your performance as a high school student. So we do allow for a teacher recommendation to be substituted for a counselor recommendation. And in relation to testing for this admission cycle, we are going test blind. So if you do not have SAT scores to submit, we don't require you to submit them. So you can choose to submit SATs if you have them, if you feel like it will enhance your application, but we don't require you to submit them as part of the application process, just because so many testing centers have been closed during this cycle. If you do have 24 credits, you do not need to submit high school information, and the application process tends to be a little bit easier in that you've already demonstrated your success as a college student, so that transposes very easily into your success as a college student at Rhode Island College. So really all you would need is, again, the common application, which is also required for first year admission, application fee, which is also required. And then rather than high school transcripts, you would just submit your official transcripts from all the colleges that you have attended. In addition, transfer students do not need to submit an essay or recommendations. So just application fee, and transcripts from your colleges. Admission requirements for transfer students are very cut and dry. Again, minimum 2 full-time semesters, 24 credits, and a minimum GPA of 2.00, which is a C average. Deadlines for transfer students for this coming spring would be December 15th. You should have a FAFSA in by November 15th for the spring semester for priority for need-based financial aid. So that's coming up fairly quickly. For fall applications, you have until June 1st to file an application, and FAFSA in by April 15th. I do suggest that you kind of pay attention to these FAFSA deadlines because they do first come, first serve with need-based financial aid. So if financial aid is a concern for you, you do want to make sure that you're meeting those financial aid deadlines. And then after acceptance, we do send a full acceptance packet to all students who are admitted through the mail. That will give you instructions on how to enroll online. I do want to add that once you do submit your common application, keep an eye on your email, the email that you indicated on your application for admission, because you will be receiving login information for the Rhode Island College website, where you can check the status of your application, check to see if we've received your transcripts, see where your application is in the process. Once you are accepted, you can enroll through that same online portal. And then after you are enrolled, it becomes a Rhode Island College student account. So same login throughout the process. Once you are enrolled, you can check your RIC email. You can sign up for an orientation session when those sessions do open. You can check your transfer credit on there. You can check your financial aid on there. So it becomes a full account where you can kind of see your entire student information on that website. Orientation for the spring does look like it's going to be online, but we do try to provide the same services that we would for an in-person orientation. Information on services that are available to you on campus, meeting with an advisor for help with registration for your first semester classes, information on activities available, interacting with our orientation leaders. So all the services that would be available as a part of a first year on-campus transfer orientation. That's all I have for the nuts and bolts of application and the college as a whole. I'm going to turn it over to Sara, who will talk about some of the majors and information about courses within this cluster.
Thank you, Lucy, and hello, everyone. My name is Sara Riley. I'm an academic advisor within the Office of Academic Advising at Rhode Island College, and my primary role is to serve as a transfer advisor. So I work frequently with CCRI students who are interested in making the switch to Rhode Island College. So I can cover things like academic programs, so majors that are available, minors, course selection at Rhode Island College, what courses look like, course selection at CCRI. So we can connect and talk about a variety of transfer topics. What I would like to do today is give you kind of like a mini tour of the Rhode Island College website related to academic program offerings. So you can do a little research on your own into what possible majors related to your area of interest are available at RIC. So I'm going to show you two different ways that you can find that information. I'm going to take you up to the top. This is the Rhode Island College webpage, ric.edu. We're going to start over in the Future Students tab. And this will bring you to a landing page that has a lot of information, not just information on academic programs, but things like admission information, financial aid, on-campus housing. So you can take a look at this page for additional questions and concerns that you have that perhaps may not have been covered by Lucy and I today. So I want to direct your attention to academic programs, the majors and programs link. This will take you to a full list of all of our academic programs on campus. So all of our majors, these majors can be converted into minors, as Lucy mentioned. And there's two bits of information that you will find. So I want to take you down to, as it relates to this pathway, and take us down to the mathematics department. So there's two pieces of information in this alphabetized list related to the academic program. This link will take you to the department webpage, which I will bring us to in just a moment. And then to the right of the department list, there's a little map icon here. This is a quick way to gauge what the course requirements are for the major. So we call this a roadmap, an academic roadmap. It's an advising guide. So this is for the math major. Page 1 is a checklist. So you'll find required courses. So there's, in this instance for math, all of these courses are required. And then you would choose your path. Category A leans a little bit more towards like computer science or marketing, school of business. Category B leans towards more the science, so either physics or programming. This is a guide for just the academic requirements within the program for math. It does not include general education courses. To receive your degree at RIC, you need a completed gen ed program, a completed academic program, and those two things should add up to 120 credits. You will be transferring in some of these classes. I can help you determine that. Your transfer courses, or there is also a webpage available. We can talk more about that if you'd like more information. More on this advising guide. From pages 2 down is a semester by semester map timeline of what courses should be taken in what semester. Now this is purely a guide. Okay, it's a suggested list of courses. For some transfers, especially for those of you who are coming to RIC with an associate's degree, you have 60 credits. You're not starting out in semester 1, right? But if you skip down to semester 5, right? So this will be the start of year 3 of college education, thereabouts. Then you may not have had all of the courses completed that are listed in semesters 1 to 4. So this is a guide, and it's mostly a guide for thinking about timing of classes, but there's extra information here about, let's go back here. So check out semester 3. So these are the suggested courses for semester 3. But on the right-hand side here, there's additional information like this physics course, Physics 101. There's a prerequisite for that course. So what course should you take before you take Physics 101? Okay. So prerequisites are listed here, milestones or checkpoints are listed as well. So there's some extra information on the timing available in this academic roadmap. But the most useful for transfers is page 1. At a glance, what courses in this major are required? So you want a little more information about the major, not just what classes are available. go to the department webpage. So if you're on that academic majors and programs list, you just click on the link that is the department name and you're taken to the department. So the department landing page, this is the Department of Mathematical Sciences, recently renamed, restructured a little bit. All department webpage have the same structure. So you'll find the department name. Sometimes there's a little blurb with a little bit about the department. Right-hand sidebar has contact information. So Dr. Rebecca Sparks is the chair of Mathematical Sciences. Email, phone number, their staff listing if that's useful, as well as other links as you may need. The Department of Mathematical Sciences lives in our recently renovated Craigley Hall. So there's another picture for you to connect from Lucy's presentation. The left-hand side is where the meat is for these department web pages. So really good information here. Additional information on what programs are available in the department. So there is the math degree, but the department also offers a Bachelor of Science in Data Science. So this is brand new. So there's a list of requirements for this particular major if you're interested in the data science. We also have revised minor in mathematics. So we have the minor in math, but also a targeted minor in statistical modeling. So there's some new programs within this department. There's information on more academic courses, course offerings, things of that nature. But each department has some version of program goals, learning outcomes. I would encourage you, if you're still thinking about where you want to land in this STEM pathway, find the department web pages of your areas of interest. So it could be the physical science department, biology department, math, computer science. Take a look at their program goals. If these goals align with your area of interests, your career goals, your values, then this might be a good major for you. Other departments may also provide information on things like scholarships or honor societies. They may also have some testimonials from students or examples of student work within the major. So there's a lot of good information available in the department web pages that will give you a bigger picture of what the academic program is like, not just a list of course requirements. It's a good place to start, but there's more information available on the web pages for the departments. So that was through the future students, majors and programs list. I want to show you a way through the current students tab that is a little more exploratory. So if you're looking for direct contact with the department chairs, a link under the current students tab is quite useful. So current students tab at the top, first link under academic resources, academic advising, will take you to the advising page. And we're going to go under the student links to access the list of department chairs and program directors. This list is divided by school. So we have the Faculty of Arts and Sciences, we have the School of Business, School of Social Work, etc. Most of the majors within the STEM pathway live in the Faculty of Arts and Sciences. So I want to highlight one of our newly restructured departments, Computer Science and Information Systems. So we'll visit the department webpage in just a sec, but this list provides you at a glance the name of the department, the name of the chair, their phone, email address, office location, so contact information right up front. So if you're interested in a few different areas, I would suggest going to this list of department chairs and program directors for contact information. Keep a list somewhere, notebook, email, doesn't matter where. Whatever works for you, and reach out to these department chairs. So I work closely with these faculty quite often in communicating new information about their academics, information connecting CCRI students to the department chairs. They're very transfer friendly, always willing to have conversations about their program and talk to you about the really cool stuff they have going on. So it's an additional perspective on the major. And I would definitely encourage you to reach out to the department chairs. And I wanted to highlight the Computer Science and Information Systems department, as I mentioned earlier, because it is recently restructured. So Computer Information Systems was under the School of Business. Now it's been folded into Computer Science. So you'll have at a glance, everything to do with computers sort of lives here. We also have a little bit of the data science living in the mathematical sciences department as well. So if you're interested in sort of the technology aspect of STEM, perhaps this is one of the departments that you are interested in taking a better look at. So some departments also have, I did want to highlight the internships available, experiential learning, hands-on learning. So this could be things like an internship, you're connected to someone outside of Rhode Island College, getting real world experience, or it could be something like research opportunities as well. So you'll find either a student research link or an internship link in most programs. If you want to reach out to me or Lucy or just have a more general view of the academic programs instead of going to a department chair first, you can find our contact information in the directory. So about RIC, faculty staff directory, and it's an alphabetized list. So once that loads, as I said, last name is Riley, so we're going to go down and you'll find me here. You can leave a voicemail message on my office line or send me an email. I'm usually quick to respond, and I'm happy to continue this conversation that we had today.
All right, I want to thank you both for being with us today. I'd also like to encourage anyone with us to join us for our later sessions today, where we will meet with faculty and meet the programs at CCRI in STEM and Environment and Sustainability. I'd also like to give a plug for our virtual job fair that is happening next week, November 12th from 10 to 1. And you can find more information about that job fair on the Pathdays webpage for today as well. So once again, thank you very much, Lucy and Sarah, for being with us today. Everyone have a great day.